Welcome back to the Harvest to Table video channel, where we help you grow your own fresh produce at home. Today, we're diving into the world of peas. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, growing peas is a rewarding experience that anyone can enjoy. From planting the seeds to harvesting those plump sweet peas in pods is a relatively easy process. Today, we'll take a look at some techniques and tips that can help ensure a successful and bountiful harvest. Let's get started. First, types and varieties of peas for home gardens. There are 3 types of peas you can grow: garden peas, snow peas, and snap peas. All have the same growing requirements. Here's an overview of each type and popular varieties. First, garden peas or shelling peas are grown for their sweet, plump pea seeds inside the pod. Garden peas, also known as English peas or green peas, are the peas you shell and eat without the pod. There are 2 sizes of garden peas: small seed and large seed. The small seed peas are known as petite pois. They are for eating fresh or freezing. Some petite pois varieties include Petit Provençal, Varieties, Half Pint, and Early Onward. Petit Provençal is a compact French heirloom variety, producing sweet, tender peas on short vines. It is ready to harvest in 50 to 60 days. Varieties is a classic English petit pois variety, prized for its fine flavor and small peas. It matures in 60 to 70 days. Half Pint is a dwarf pea variety with sweet, tiny peas. Half Pint is ideal for growing in containers. It is ready for harvest in 50 to 55 days. Now let's look at large seed garden peas. The seeds of large garden peas are nearly 50% larger than the smaller petite pois seeds. Large seed garden pea varieties include Alaska, Alderman, Little Marvel, Maestro, Lincoln, Green Arrow, and Laxton. Little Marvel is a compact pea plant that grows just 18 to 24 inches tall. Little Marvel is known for its excellent flavor. It takes 60 to 63 days to reach harvest. Green Arrow is a high-yielding variety with long pods. Each pod produces 8 to 10 peas. From seed, Green Arrow is ready in 65 to 70 days. The variety, Lincoln, also known as Homesteader, is heat-tolerant and disease-resistant. The peas are sweet and ready for harvest in about 65 days. Large seed garden peas are commonly allowed to dry on the vine, then shelled and used in soups or casseroles. Plant garden peas in early spring, as they prefer cool weather and are easily dried on the vine as summer approaches. The next 2 types of peas are snow peas and snap peas. Unlike garden peas, snow peas and snap peas have edible pods. You can eat the pods whole with the pea seeds inside. Snow peas are known for their tender, crisp, flat pods. Snow peas are typically harvested before the seeds inside fully develop. These peas have a mild, sweet flavor. Snow peas are often used in stir-fries, salads, or enjoyed raw as a snack. Popular snow pea varieties include Mammoth Melting Sugar, Oregon Sugar Pod, Dwarf Gray Sugar, Snowbird, and Sweet Horizon. Oregon Sugar Pod is a stringless variety. It is disease-resistant and highly productive. It can be harvested in 60 to 65 days. Mammoth Melting Sugar is a tall vining pea. It will reach harvest size in about 70 days. Snow peas are cold hardy and can even tolerate light frosts. The 3rd type of peas are snap peas. Snap peas are a cross between garden peas and snow peas. Snap peas are crunchy, juicy, and very sweet, giving them the alternate name sugar snap peas. Like snow peas, snap peas can be eaten whole, pod and all. They're great for snacking, adding to salads, or stir-frying. Snap pea varieties include Sugar Snap, Super Sugar Snap, Cascadia, and Sugar Ann. Sugar Snap is a classic snap pea that is highly productive. It is a crisp, sweet pea that reaches harvest in 60 to 65 days. Sugar Ann is a compact pea plant well suited for container growing and does not require a trellis to grow on. It has sweet pods and is ready for harvest in 50 to 55 days. The variety Cascadia is a high-yielding, disease-resistant plant known for its tasty pods. It comes to harvest in about 60 days. Snap peas thrive in cool weather and are perfect for succession planting for a prolonged harvest. When to plant peas. Peas are a cool season crop that are best planted in early spring or late summer into fall. Peas can be sown in the garden as early as 5 weeks before the last expected frost in spring. Pea seeds will germinate in soil as chilly as 40 degrees Fahrenheit. At that temperature, germination can take as long as 7 weeks. Peas that are sown in 60 degrees soil will germinate in about 9 days. Peas can also be started indoors for planting out about the time of the average last frost in spring. 3 pea varieties well suited for early spring planting are Alaska, Laxton, and Little Marvel. If you live in a mild winter region, you can plant peas in the garden in midwinter. Make a second planting of peas about 3 weeks after the first seed sowing. This will stagger your harvest. At the second sowing, plant a heat-resistant variety. Heat-resistant varieties include Wando, Green Arrow, Mr. Big, Sugar Ann, and Lincoln. For a fall crop, sow peas in the garden about 10 weeks before the first expected frost. Where to plant peas? Plant peas in a spot that receives full sun or partial shade. Make sure the soil is well drained and rich in organic matter. While peas can thrive in chilly soil, they do not like wet soil. Pea seeds sown in wet soil can rot away to nothing in short order. Before planting peas, amend the soil with aged compost to improve fertility and drainage. Make sure the soil is loose and friable. Peas prefer a soil pH of 6.0 to 6.8. Peas are nitrogen-fixing plants, so they do not require much additional nitrogen. How to plant pea seeds. Plant pea seeds directly into the ground in early spring as soon as the soil can be worked. Peas can be planted as early as 4 to 6 weeks before the last spring frost. Peas can be planted in autumn if your climate is mild. In USDA Zone 7 to 10, sow peas from late summer through fall for a late fall crop or to overwinter for an early spring harvest. In colder zones 6 and below, fall planting is risky. Sow the seeds about 1 inch deep and space them 2 inches apart. If planting in rows, space rows 18 to 24 inches apart. Peas are climbing plants and will need some sort of support to grow on. You can use a trellis, netting, or stakes for support. Make sure to set up the support structure at the time of planting to avoid damaging the roots later. If you support peas with a trellis, plant the seeds staggered in narrow bands on both sides of the trellis. Peas do not need to be thinned. Pea plants like to grow close together. When planting peas in late summer for a fall harvest, keep in mind that peas like cool soil. For late summer planting, sow seeds in a shallow trench. Then, as the plants grow, add compost around each plant, filling the trench. The plants will appreciate the cool soil. You can start peas indoors in seed trays or small pots. Plant the seeds 1 inch deep. Pea seeds typically germinate in 7 to 10 days when started indoors at 60 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. If starting indoors, be sure to transplant seedlings outdoors once they have developed a few sets of true leaves. Caring for peas. When growing peas, keep the soil consistently moist, but not waterlogged. Peas need consistent watering to produce abundant pods. Water regularly, especially during the flowering and pod formation stages. Mulch with aged compost or straw around the base of the plants to retain soil moisture, suppress weed growth, and keep the roots cool. Peas are light feeders and do not require much additional fertilizer, as they are able to fix nitrogen from the air into the soil. However, you can give peas a low nitrogen, balanced organic fertilizer when they are 2 to 4 inches tall, and again when they begin to flower. A feeding of compost tea is ideal for peas. Peas do not have many bug problems. That's because they get started early in spring before most pests appear. Birds will attack and devour young sprouts with the seed clinging to the bottom. You can protect peas until they get bigger by covering the plants with bird netting or row covers. Keep diseases at bay by making sure peas get plenty of air circulation. Plant peas in a different location each year to avoid soil-borne diseases. Harvesting peas. Peas are ready to harvest when the pods are plump and firm, usually 60 to 70 days from planting. Pick peas when they are still tender for the best flavor. Don't let peas linger on the vine. The sugar inside peas will turn to starch if left on the vine too long. The sooner you get peas to the kitchen, the tastier they will be. If you harvest peas as soon as they get up to edible size, the plants will produce more pods. Harvest your peas regularly to encourage more pod production. Just harvested peas in the pod will stay fresh in a plastic bag or airtight container in the refrigerator for about 3 to 5 days. Freshly shelled peas can also be refrigerated for up to 3 days. If you blanch and freeze peas, they can last for 8 to 12 months in the freezer. Blanching preserves color, texture, and flavor. Dried peas can last 1 to 2 years or more if stored in a cool, dark place in an airtight container. While they won't spoil, their flavor, texture, and nutrient content may decline over time. If you want to save seeds for the next growing season, allow some of the pods to mature on the plants until they are dry and brown. Harvest the pods, shell the peas, and store them in a cool, dry place for planting next year. And there you have it. Peas from seed to harvest. By following these tips, you can successfully grow peas from seed to harvest in your garden. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the harvesttotable.com video channel. To see our complete pea growing guide, go to harvesttotable.com and enter Grow Peas in the search bar. We'd love to hear about your pea growing journey. Please drop a comment below. And please hit the share button to pass these tips on to a friend. Thanks for watching and happy gardening. See you in the next video.